When I, laughing, mentioned marriage to my best friend, the color suddenly drained from her face, and the very next moment, a terrifying secret was revealed that shook my entire life. My ex, my cousin, and my own mother had been working together for months, weaving a trap for me after which neither my respect, nor my home, nor my future would have been safe. But they had no idea that their biggest mistake was thinking I was weak. I said that sentence while laughing. I really was laughing, sitting in that small coffee shop in Seattle where light rain was falling outside and the smell of coffee made everything feel softer inside. My closest friend Emma was sitting in front of me. I was casually swirling my cup, just saying that maybe I was finally thinking about marriage, with someone I could actually trust. And then, that moment. Emma's face changed, like someone had pulled all the warmth out of her at once. The straw in her hand slowly slipped down, her eyes locked onto mine, and for the first time, she said the name I had buried in my past years ago. Daniel. I blinked. What? She stayed silent for a moment, then softly said, your ex, and he's your cousin too, right? And, your mother is still in contact with him. Something inside me didn't just break, it shattered instantly. I tried to laugh it off. Emma, what are you talking about? But her expression wasn't joking. Not even a little. And then, my phone vibrated. Unknown number. I answered. And on the other side was a man's voice that had once been the deepest wound of my life. Hi. Claire, we need to talk. It's about your mother. My hand started shaking. I stepped into a corner of the coffee shop, staring outside. People walking by, cars moving, everything looked normal. But nothing inside me was normal anymore. I swallowed and asked, Daniel, what do you want? He exhaled slowly. I came to warn you, your mother, me, and your cousin Ryan, we've all been working on the same thing. My heart stopped. What do you mean? Your property, your assets, and that custody case tied to your future. I tightened my grip on the phone. And then he said it. Claire, they are going to legally trap you. A siren rang inside my head, like the entire world suddenly became too loud. I hung up and looked at Emma. What is this? She didn't answer, just picked up her bag and said, I think you should go home. But I didn't want home. I wanted truth. And that truth was waiting inside my house. I drove back to my suburban home in silence. Every tree, every streetlight, every familiar corner looked the same, but I felt like I was entering a different reality entirely. I opened the door. My mother was in the kitchen, casually making coffee, like nothing in the world was wrong. You're back early, she said with a soft smile. I looked straight into her eyes. Why are you in contact with Daniel? Her hand froze for a split second. Then she forced a light laugh. You're being ridiculous. He was a mistake in your life, nothing more. I stepped closer. And Ryan? My cousin? Why is he in your meetings? Now her expression shifted, just slightly, but enough. Still, she tried to control it. Claire, you're getting wrong information. And then the doorbell rang. My stomach dropped. I opened the door. A CPS officer stood there. And a lawyer. For the first time, my mother's face changed completely. What is going on? I whispered. The CPS officer opened a file. We received a report alleging coercion in your financial decisions, and possible fraud. My head spun. This was planned. My mother. Daniel. Ryan. All of them together. And I was just a name in their game, a name they were using. The lawyer looked at me. Miss Claire, are you aware that multiple property transfers have been made in your name over the last 6 months without your consent? I turned to my mother. She said nothing. But her eyes, there was something unsettlingly calm in them, like she already knew this moment was coming. And then, everything flashed in my mind. Daniel. My ex. The man who once made me laugh in college, and then disappeared suddenly from my life. Ryan. My cousin, always questioning my decisions at family dinners. And my mother. Always saying, we are protecting you. Protecting. Or controlling. The CPS officer spoke again. We need to begin a temporary custody review. I didn't do anything. He replied gently, we understand, but the evidence is strong. Evidence. My mother's signatures. My email accounts. Financial accounts opened in my name. Everything pointing at me. Either fake, or carefully manipulated under my identity. That night I sat in my room, staring out the window, sirens echoing somewhere outside or maybe just inside my head. A message came from Daniel again. "Now you understand?" I didn't reply. I just stared at the dark window, wondering when it all truly began. A coffee conversation, a casual mention, a laugh. And somehow my entire life had been rerouted without my permission. The next day was court. I showed up exhausted, completely empty inside. My mother was there. Ryan too. And Daniel. For the first time, all three of them were in the same room. And I realized something painfully clear. This wasn't family. This was an alliance. The judge reviewed the files. Then looked at me. "Miss Claire, did you authorize these transactions?" I took a deep breath. And said, "No." Just one word. And then silence. My mother finally looked at me, really looked at me. And maybe in that moment she realized I wasn't what she thought I was. I wasn't someone who would quietly absorb everything. I was someone who had seen everything clearly too late, but clearly enough to stand. The court adjourned. The investigation expanded. Daniel walked out. Ryan followed. Emma came to me. She didn't say anything. Just held my hand. And for the first time I understood something deeply. It wasn't over. But I wasn't falling anymore either. I was standing. And watching who still remained when truth finally came out. If this story moved you in any way, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more powerful, emotional stories like this one. Your support truly helps us keep creating. Thank you so much for watching and for being here until the very end. It means a lot.